Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and a very happy new year to all of you. This year I wanted to start my content creation on YouTube by being absolutely realistic with you all. If you have been following me on my Instagram, on my LinkedIn, then you would already know that 2023 was the year when I took my blog very seriously and I started working on it. So, in this video, I am going to take you on a journey of everything, and I literally mean every single thing that I did for my blog in the last year that has made it very hopeful for me to continue working on my blog. And also, I will take you a little back than 2023. We will also look at my journey with my blog in 2021 and 2022, because if I directly go into the last year's things that I did, it will not make a lot of sense to a lot of people. So last year I started working on my blog in January, but before that, let's go back a little. So, my journey as a writer, as a freelance writer, as a content writer, as a blogger, however you'd like to put it, it started in May 2020 during the pandemic, and my website went live on 17th August 2020. So, this was the time when I did a lot of research on the internet about how do you make it work as a content writer, and everything that I gathered from the internet, all of it put together, there were two conclusions. Number one, use LinkedIn, which I did, and second thing was have a website. Now, when you have a website as a content writer, it should work as a portfolio for you. That is what I learned. So even if I got my website ready, even if it was all there, I was working from the perspective of a content writer on my website. So every single thing that I wrote on my website, it was just written purely to attract clients for myself as a freelance writer. And along with that, I also knew that down the line, I'm going to monetize this website. This was one thing that I was very clear with from day one. I didn't know anything about how I will do it, but I did know that there is something called blogging, and it is a very significant part of being a writer in the digital world today. So, back in 2020, when my website was live and I was also continuously prospecting on LinkedIn for my freelance writing business, back then I was posting two blogs a week. So, I have all my notes here. So from August 2020 to December 2020, I was posting two blogs a week without any strategy. Yes, I didn't know what was SEO. I did not know that it was important for me to do keyword research, and I knew nothing about how and what strategy should I use before hitting publish on my blog. I was just writing random content and I was just publishing it without any kind of strategy. So for those 6 months when I was writing those blogs, I was also sharing them on my LinkedIn profile, and somehow that did work in my favor because, well, I ended up with my very first client in January 2021, and then started my freelancing journey. So here my freelancing journey took off. I started working with clients. I was working with clients from all over the world, literally. But in 2021, because I was making enough money, I also I did two things for my blog back then. Again, I did not know where it would lead me, but I did know that it is important for me to do these two things. So the first thing that I did was I hired a Pinterest marketer, and because I had that kind of money to pay her, and she worked with me for 6 months. After 6 months, because I was so involved in working with my clients, the blog took a back seat and I only published around 12 blogs in that entire year. Yes. In 2021, while I was working with my freelancing clients, I only published 12 blogs in that entire year, and that was also very, again, on and off, again, without any strategy whatsoever. And it was in September 2021 when I thought that I should invest in an SEO, because I don't know if I was if this came by working with a client or I did some research. I don't remember that much, but one thing I'm sure is that in September 2021 I reached out to a few people, and I finally hired an SEO professional for my blog. So that was the time when I got to know about things like Google Analytics and Google Search Console. So that professional that I hired, he worked on my blog for a little 2 months only, because I thought that instead of hiring someone to do SEO for me, I should instead learn it myself. Because again, this was my blog and I did not wanted anyone else to come in and take the lead for something, because the kind of content ideas that they were suggesting as an SEO marketer, they never felt aligned with my blog. This is one thing that I was clear with my blog from day one, that I wanted the content to be something that resonates with my readers, but at the same time, it should reflect my personality. I did not wanted my readers to read anything out of the blue, and that is what those SEO marketers were suggesting. So uh, I ended up, completing the whole contract with them within 2 months, and I decided that I will learn SEO by myself. But again, 2021 and 2022, this was also the time when I was, like I said, I was working as a freelance writer. So fast forward to 2022. So in 2022, the next thing that I did, I remember it was January 2022. So this was the time when I invested in a blogging course for myself. Now again, this was a very high end course. It costed me $300 back then. So I invested in this course, and I basically learned everything about blogging from that course. Everything, when I say everything, I mean how to write blogs, what is SEO, what is keyword research, why it is important, why should you do it, and all sorts of things. Plus I also learned about Pinterest marketing, because again, remember, I hired someone back in 2021. She worked with me for 6 months and then I discontinued her services. So again, I thought that, this is something that I should learn myself, because even though down the line in the future I will hire someone to do this for me, but at least I should not be a complete, I should not be completely unknown with what is what how these services work. Basically, I wanted myself to be very affluent with everything that will be happening on my blog, even if an outsider, a service provider comes in to work with me, whether it's SEO, whether it's Pinterest marketing. So 2022 January, I invested in this course and I learned everything. But despite investing in a course and despite learning everything, I did not implement it then and there, because I was again so engrossed with my freelancing services, with my work as a service provider, as a writer. So March 2022, I applied for Google AdSense, because by then I had say around 25 blogs on my website back then. So March 2022, but I got rejected from Google AdSense. So after that rejection, there were like, obviously I was like quite shook up. I won't say it hurt me bad, but I was taken aback that I've been doing everything right, then why I was not approved. So I went back, did a lot of research, and I found out that somehow I was going against some of Google AdSense policies. So I fixed my website. I did all of that, and again, Google AdSense has a rule that if you are rejected once, you cannot apply for the next 6 months. So I was like, okay, 2022 is again now. I don't have I mean, I have next 6 months to fix it all up. So I did that, and in November 2022, we applied again for AdSense, and this time I fixed everything, and this time we got approved. So after getting that approval in November 2022, I took my blogging journey, I took my website, I took my blog very, very seriously. And that is when I decided that my, you know, it, I basically decided that I cannot row two boats at the same time. So for 2021 and 2022, I had done good, I had done enough as a freelance writer, but I knew that for 2023 I needed to give that one particular year, those 12 months wholeheartedly to this blog if I want to see it grow in the future. So that is what I did in 2022. Remember the course that I invested in January 2022? Well, I went back to that course, I learned everything again, and I also again invested in a few more courses because I wanted to be prepared this time. I knew that we are entering a new year, so I wanted to be very, very prepared, and I wanted to put my best foot forward in this year for my blog. So December 2022, when everyone was enjoying their Christmas holidays in India, we don't really have that kind of hype around it. So I didn't have much of my client work because all of my clients were from the US. They were enjoying their holidays. So I took that time, and again I invested in a new course. And that was completely a very technical perspective of SEO because again I wanted to be prepared. So after doing all of that, this is when my real strategy as a blogger, as a content writer or a content marketer, this is where it all began. So after going through all my resources, free, paid, and everything, I decided that I will start working on my blog, and I will also, this time, I will be prepared with a strategy. I will have an SEO strategy in place. I will do the keyword research. I will do the content ideation. I will do the content research. And most importantly, I will write every single thing from two perspectives. Number one, obviously I wanted to feed Google SEO. I wanted to write in a way that my blogs should rank on Google because, well, that is the whole point of having a blog, because that is how you monetize it in the long run. That is how you get most of your traffic. Obviously there are other inorganic ways with where it's your social media strategy or sharing your blogs manually, or using many other blogging platforms and this and that, but all of those require manual efforts. And the best part, the best way to do Google SEO, the best way to basically have that kind of traffic on your blog is to perform Google SEO, because then it's one and done kind of thing, that you work on your blog, you post it, and then you wait for Google SEO and the time to do its thing. So in January, I posted my very first blog on 15th January 2023. And before those 15 days, I was preparing for that blog. I did a lot of research. I worked on that blog, and it was a pillar post. Basically, you know what is a pillar post in content strategy, in content marketing? A pillar post is something that you write from the perspective of one particular post that can be further explained or divided into many other blog posts on your website. This kind of creates a web of internal linking, and that is something that feeds Google SEO in a positive way. So like I said, I was prepared with my strategy, so I went in with my blogging strategy, and I posted my very first blog on 15th January. So from 1st January to 15th January, the total traffic on my blog, like the number of people who visited on my blog, were 338 people. And after posting that blog, that is from 15th January to 31st January, I had 869 people on my blog. Now, this was not that, I posted it on 15th and it ranked quickly. No, but I promoted that blog. I promoted that blog with a strategy. Also, from 1st January 2023, I started working on my Pinterest profile as well. I started posting on my Pinterest account very, very sincerely. Every single day, I was posting, I guess I was posting a minimum of 10 pins every day. So, again, just like Google SEO, Pinterest also takes time. My Pinterest account was completely dead because I had not touched it ever since I discontinued the services with my Pinterest marketer in January. In 2022. So after that, when that happened, I got a total of 1207 people on my website in January. This was from this was not from Google SEO, but mostly it was from my Instagram or my LinkedIn, because I announced it openly that this is the year when I will be working on my blog. And I took my social media profile as my digital journal where I was recording or sharing everything. I was basically building in public in the year 2023. Then came February. In this month, I posted two blogs on my website, and the total traffic that I had on my blog was 785 people. Again, now you see how the traffic went down from 1207 to 785. Why did that happen? Because after posting my first blog, I also promoted it religiously, because it was a kind of, it was a list post, it was a roundup post. What is a roundup post? Basically, I wrote about 23 self-help blogs that you should be following or reading in 2023. So I had 23 people, 23 bloggers who were invited to, who were mentioned in that blog, and I emailed every single one of them that, hey, you have been listed on my blog and congratulations and this and that. So those people, I don't know if every one of them, but most of them did share my blog with their community. So somehow their communities, their social media channels, all of that played a part, and I had 1200 people on my blog in January. In Feb, we had 785 people, and by now, again, I was sticking to my Pinterest marketing strategy, which was posting 5 to 10 pins every day. In March, I posted 3 blogs, and the total people were 1300. I had a total traffic of 1300 on my website in March 2023. This was also the month when my blogs started ranking on Google. Yes, I remember the date was 21st March. I remember it so vividly because the time when I saw it in my Google Search Console report, I also I also recorded a video and I shared it both on my Instagram and LinkedIn. Like I said, I was building in public. I am actually even today I share uh, all of the journey, ups and downs and everything on my Instagram and LinkedIn. So I recorded a video. It was 21st March when my very first blog showed up on Google. And you will be surprised to know that this was the blog that I actually wrote and posted in. So this blog was posted on 9th September 2021. And it took this blog almost like 1.5 years to rank on Google. Now, it would have happened earlier if I was working more on my blog. But like I said, in 2021, I barely posted 12 blogs. And in 2022, I only posted 19 blogs. So I was not very consistent working on my blog because I had a different priority back then. But in 2023, when my blog ranked on Google, that was kind of my second sign that, okay, this is the year when I'm supposed to take my blog very seriously. The very first sign was getting approved for Google AdSense after getting rejected. So then in March, I again, like I said, I posted 3 blogs and the traffic was 1300. In April, I went on to post 4 blogs. The traffic was 2000. In March, again, in May, I continued to post 3 blogs and I had a total page views or a total traffic of 2000 on my website. In June, I posted 6 blogs, total traffic 2300 people. In July, I posted 9 blogs, Total traffic 2600. In August, I posted 13 blogs. You see how the number is increasing. This is why I was working alone on my blog. I did not have any kind of help or anybody assisting me, or any kind of help from anybody. I was doing every single thing all alone on my blog. So in August I posted 13 blogs. The traffic was 3400. And also, by then I also, like, my other blogs also started ranking, because this is how Google SEO works. When one of your blogs takes up, and it finds its place in that search engine, that first page, it takes the other content along, because ranking on Google, that too on the second or the first position, this shows that your website is an authority in that particular domain. So once my blogs started ranking, some of my other blogs were also started ranking. In fact, I remember in July I posted one blog. I posted it on Saturday, and by Tuesday, it was ranking on Google, that too on the second place. So, this has also happened. You cannot really predict SEO. It works on its own. Google has 1,000 parameters based on which it ranks your content on Google, right? It ranks your content on the search engine ranking pages. So on one hand, one of my blog took 1.5 years, but on the other hand, I've also had blogs that took literally 4 days to rank. And in August also, one of my blog, it shot up. Like, I posted, for example, I posted it today, and by next week it shot up on Google Discover. What is Google Discover? If you would go and open Google on your phone, so you will see some articles there. That's Google Discover. So one of my blog, it showed up on Google Discover, and it brought the highest number of people on my website till date. And I closed August with a monthly traffic of 3400 people. Now these are all round off numbers. I do not have the exact numbers with me, but yes, it was 3400 people on my blog in August, because one of my blogs shot up, and I remember that blog alone, it brought 1,000 people from Google Discover. That is the power of SEO. That is how mysteriously as SEO works sometimes. In September, now by August, because I was building it all in public, I started getting queries. And I remember by August end, collectively I had 11,000 page views on my blog in total. So this was also the time when everyone on my Instagram, on my LinkedIn, they started asking if I have a course, or if I can guide them, or if I can provide them some kind of resource or anything. So I decided to I came up with a workshop, a blogging workshop in September. That is why I posted only 10 blogs in September, and I also did a blogging workshop. We'll talk more about it at the end of this video, but for now you should know that in September I posted 10 blogs, and my blogs, it brought a traffic of 2600. Again, you see the drop in here. This was also the time when my Pinterest account was also rising up. It was around 400k. It was bringing 400k monthly views on my Pinterest profile, and it was bringing traffic of around 300 to 400 people every month from Pinterest as well. Okay, now October came in, and I posted 7 blogs, but everything that I'd done till now on my website, it started compounding, and my website got a total traffic of 4,500 people. Like, it was more than that, I remember, but all in all, like, rounding up, it was around 4,500 people in October. And that is when I decided that it's time to do more. So in October, I came up with this uh, whole blogging mentorship, where I invited new writers, aspiring writers, to come and work with me on my blog, to write for me. And in return, I provided them with free mentorship. And for 3 months, they have been working with me. And because now I have a team of writers to work with me, the input on my blog is so much more than what it was an year ago. So November was the first month when I had a team, and that month I posted around 36 blogs. again because I had a team of writers, and the traffic was 6,400 people. Also, another important reason why I had the most number of you know page views, or the most number of traffic in November, was Diwali. It was the festive month, and I had strategized my content in such a way that when the festivals come along, when Diwali comes up, my blogs were already ranking. So the festive content brought in a lot many new traffic, a lot many new people on my blog. So in December, it was the holiday month, and I went a little light on my writers, and so they did not work for the last week, but for the rest of the month while they were working, I posted 30 blogs in December on my website, and the traffic was 6,300 people. Now, I want to highlight here that when even though my blog had both kind of content, it had its blog for Diwali and it also had the content for Christmas. But as an because my blog, it has its demographic in India. So with Diwali being an Indian festival, it kind of restricts my audience to only the people who celebrate it. On the other hand, Christmas is a more global festival, and this widens my competition as a blogger. So none of my blogs really ranked for Christmas. And yeah, I closed 2023 with a total of 35,000 yearly traffic, which was around, how should I put it, which was like 30 times more than everything altogether in the last 2 years before that, 2021 and 2022. But you see how all of it came together. When I did not have any strategy, or I didn't know how to put it all together, even then while I was posting those blogs, I did not plan it. Okay, there was no perfect strategy in place. And in 2023, even though I did have a strategy in place, even though I did have a rough plan in place, there were a lot of technical difficulties that came up. There were a lot of new WordPress challenges because I am not a tech person. I have a website developer who helps me with all of those problems. But along with that, there were also a lot of new things that I learned as a blogger. And I basically put it all together in a workshop, and in September I did it once, and now I am doing it again this month because everything is double. The results are triple, in fact. Uh, I have more knowledge to share. I have more solutions to the kind of problem that an aspiring blogger would have, and I am bringing it back in just 2 weeks from now. So this was everything I had to share with you. This was how my very first year of blogging. This is what my first year as a sincere blogger looked like. And as far as the finances are concerned, so here are a few other things that happened with from my blog. So I did 4 brand collaborations. When I say brand collaboration, all of these were barter collaborations where um, they provided me with the stuff from their brand, and I kind of mentioned them and wrote about them and gave genuine feedback about their products in my blogs. And because I'm in the very initial stage of my blogging, I did not mind doing barter collaborations. Like, you would find a lot of bloggers saying that you should not do it, but I believe when you are in the initial phases of your journey, it's important to expose you to new situations. So I was open to doing those kind of collaborations. I did 4 of those in 2023, and all of them were inbound. I did not reach out to anybody. All of them came to me because my blogs, again, like I said, they started ranking on Google, so all of them were inbound. And second thing, because my blogs, uh, they have started ranking on Google, and I am a partner with Google AdSense, so I do have a few pennies here and there on my Google AdSense dashboard, but that is not something worth sharing as of now, because a lot of bloggers, a lot of people, in fact, they think that blogging is a get rich quick scheme when it is not. um, Anybody that tells you that you can make a lot of money from blogging overnight is just lying to you, because people who say that they have made lakhs and lakhs of rupees or thousands and thousands of dollars from their blogs, what they're not telling you is that they have a lot many people working on their blog, because working on a website is no less than working on a business. I until Up until October 31st October 2023, I was working on my blog all alone. I only have a few writers working for me from November, and that too they were just writing. Everything else, the editing part, the content research part, the keyword research part, posting the blogs, formatting them, promoting them, having a Pinterest strategy in place, till date I have been doing all of that alone. So if you think that getting a blog, having a website is just a matter of a few days and you'll start making money, like, you'll have dollars pouring in, this is not how blogging works. It takes time, it takes effort. And I have seen people who they share their journey, but they also tell you that they have 150 people working on their blog every single day. So that is the kind of effort blogging requires. It is no less than a business. So if you want to pursue blogging, I would say do that with, start it as a hobby, but then eventually get into it full time once it starts making you enough money that is replaceable by that replaces easily your other sources of income. Or you can also have it as a supplementary source of income, but don't get into blogging thinking that it will make you rich overnight. It will not. And like I said in the beginning of this video, this is going to be a very honest, realistic take on my very first year as a blogger. So I hope you all learned something new, and I hope you got a very realistic picture of what it looks like to work on a blog. And yes, this was everything I had to share. Like I said, I wanted to begin my YouTube content creation journey in this year with all honesty. This is why I even shared all the numbers with you, the kind of both kind of numbers, the efforts that I put, that is the number of blogs that I posted, and the results that I got, that is the traffic I received every single month. So lastly, if you are interested to learn more, if you are interested to give blogging a shot for yourself, then you can register for my blogging workshop. It's happening in 2 weeks from now on 27th and 28th January. You'll find the registration link in the in the caption below. And yes, this is everything. If you have any kind of questions, you can just comment them or reach out to me directly on my Instagram at written by Shweta, and I'll be more than happy to help you. I will see you inside the workshop in 2 weeks from now. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day. And once again, a very happy new year to all of you.